Aloha, beautiful souls. I am Karina, coming to you from the beautiful island of Hawaii. And I'm here to share with you things that I have learned on my journey recovering from trauma and heartbreak, and how I have been able to incorporate happiness and choose joy in my life. So if this sounds like something you may be interested in, please hit the subscribe button and follow me for more information to come in future videos. Everything I will share on this channel will always be free. I've taken this journey and at very small budget, and been able to accomplish everything with little to no cost. So you should be able to do the same. I will never ask you to join any kind of program or sell any kind of information to you. Everything I give to you is what I've learned freely in my journey. So let's get started on today's journey, which is talking about today's message, which is talking to you about joy. And, I have been on this kick for happiness and wanting to share how I got here, because really I was like almost at a suicidal state again in my life a little over a year ago, going through a divorce and a very difficult ending. And actually the relationship in general really, was harmful to my family and myself. And I made the decision one day that I wanted to get out of that. And I turned to God and asked God for help. And this is really what has led me to today. And the path that I've been on are things that I've learned and what I've been shown and messages that I've received from divine sources. Now, if you don't believe in God, that's okay. Everything I talk about deals with your energy, and you can use your energy still and find that high vibrational state without a spiritual connection. Although I have to tell you, that is really the basis of my growth. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for my turning to those divine sources and asking for help and guidance and love and support and blessings, miracles, whatever you want to call it, on pretty much a daily basis. But today we're going to talk about joy and happiness. I've been on this kick on a lot of my videos talking about happiness and how I find happiness on a day-to-day basis. And then there was just still this little piece. There was times that I would wake up and I would be like, why is this day just seems so difficult? I'm happy, but I don't feel good. And I was led to a message about joy. And I realized actually yesterday that I was not feeling joy, that I really was not joyous. It wasn't inside me, because joy is something internal. It is really when we make peace with ourselves and who we are, and it is more consistent than happiness. Because although people want to say that happiness comes from inside you, it can also come from external sources, like places you go, foods you eat, your job, your relationship, thoughts, events, and like I said, I think I said other people. So I wanted more than that. I wanted more than happiness. And so I started this quest really yesterday on how can I add more joy into my life. And there's a couple things that I learned, and they really also go hand in hand with finding more happiness in your life. I think the difference is in the intent that you make, and really holding that space for joy. I ended up using a lot of memories. I'll tell you really quickly what happened was I went on a meditation with Michael Beckwith. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him or not. He's also on YouTube, and on other spiritual commune, or is it Hay House, Mind Valley, one of those. But he shared a meditation regarding finding joy. And when I was in it, I was led to an encounter with my father, who had passed. And I realized that he brought so much joy in his life on a day-to-day basis, and I was not living my life that way. And I started thinking about memories, and I went back and all the memories that I had and remembered of him, and how much joy that I felt when we were in family gatherings or taking trips together, or just hanging out together, whatever it was. And I thought to myself, more, my goodness, I've lost that over the years. I think this relationship really drained me of a lot of energy. I worked really hard at it, and I lost my sense of joy, and I was instead very sad. And I want to get back to that joy now. So I'm starting this kick on researching more about how I can add more joy in my life, not just necessary happiness, which seems to be externally triggered and temporary. So I want something more consistent. What I learned about joy is, first of all, some of the benefits that we get from joy are it promotes a healthier lifestyle, it boosts your immune system, it fights stress and pain, and it supports longevity. So that in its sense is a reason, for anyone to want to add more joy into their life. And it's pretty easy to do. It's really no cost. Anything that the steps that I'm going to give you that you can do cost anything. So the first thing is meditation. And it's getting that sense of the right here, right now, being in the present moment, and connecting to your heart space, and feeling that special being and wonderful divine creature that you are within yourself. That's what meditation does to me a lot. I use a lot of meditation guided for different problems and things I may be going through or trying to heal. But there's times too that I do meditation where I just surrender to the experience of feeling my body, connecting to my heart space, feeling that energy within, and the breath, taking that in. A lot of times too, I suggest, if you are looking for joy, is to ask your sources, divine sources, whether that's, if you believe in a God or not, it could be the angels, spirits, your ancestors, the universal energy that's around us, celestial bodies, whatever it is that you find that you can tune to. Ask them for help in revealing what you need to know, and then say that you're open to listen to it, and then that you will do whatever you can within your power to whatever's revealed to you. And sometimes I want you to know that in meditation, that doesn't come out right away. So just be patient. Know that things will start coming into your line of sight, and you have to be open to it. So you have to be looking. A lot of times people think, oh, I'm going to get this sign or symbol when I, ask for help from divine sources, and they expect this, flash of lightning or this huge idea to pop in your head or whatever. And sometimes it's not that. What happened with me, and when I was asking about joy, I didn't ask about joy, but I did ask spirits to reveal what I needed to know. And that day on an email, I got this message about this meditation from Michael Beckwith that was talking about joy. So to me, that was the message I needed to know. It was exactly what I was searching for, even though I didn't know at the time I was searching for it. But I'm open to those kinds of signs. So be open to anything that comes in your line of path as a message or a synchronicity, whatever you want to call it, a sign. But if you can't meditate, then that's okay too. You can get into a quiet space and still make that connection with your mind, your heart, and feel that energy within. The whole point of it is to quiet your mind, to not be distracted by your thoughts of things that are bothering you. Instead, focus on yourself and your body in the present moment. So meditation is number one of how to cultivate more joy. Number two would be to limit your time on social media. And that may be hard for some people. We go out nowadays, and that's all you do is you see people with their phone in their hands and just looking down. And they could be at a restaurant, they could be whatever, even in their car, you see them checking at lights, whatever it is. Limit that to 2 times a day. Now, that may seem difficult, and if it does, that means that you're probably really spending too much time on social media, because it shouldn't be difficult to put your phone down and be part of the life that's around you. This is our existence right here, right around us, the nature, the everyday life, the living and the breathing. It's not in your phone, okay? It's not what's going on the other side of the world, or in your friends' lives, or in movie stars' lives, or whatever, or any celebrity life, or anywhere else. It's the here and now, and it's the space within yourself. So limit that time on social media mid-morning and mid-afternoon. And the reason I don't say first thing in the morning, because you're setting up your day based on not your own energy, but some energy that you're picking up from looking at social media. And the same thing at night. If you do it last thing at night before you go to bed, that's your intention for sleep, is set somehow with this warped sense that's coming through from not even your own life, from the life that's existing out there in cyberspace. So limit your time on social media, mid-morning, mid-afternoon, 2 times a day to check. Third thing is to journal. Write down. Journaling for gratitude is wonderful. I do it every day. I also write things if I'm having a problem or something that comes up in my mind that morning, and I will write about it. I will ask myself, why is this bothering me? What can I do about it? If there's nothing I can do, I finally get to that point to where I can actually let it go. So journaling. But add in your journal, think about the times in your life where you felt joy or joyous things occurring, things that bring you joy. The next thing is exercise. Of course, exercise does great things for your body, but as well, it helps, focus your mind on what you're doing at the time. And then there's some simple activities that you can do, like going for walks in nature or sitting in nature, petting animals, kissing a loved one or hugging them, and then forcing yourself to smile, or smile if you can naturally. But if you can't, force yourself, because you can trick your brain by smiling, and it elevates your mood, it lowers your heart rate, and it reduces stress. So I hope this video has helped you learn some things that you can do for finding joy. Right now I gotta go. If you can hear the truck in the background, it's been so dry here in Hawaii that we have a water tank, and I have to have a water delivery, and he's here right now. So I'm gonna sign off and say mahalo for watching my video, and I hope to see you in the next video. Aloha.